Welcome back. The Trump administration is making it more difficult for international students to study in this country, even checking their social media when they apply for a visa. So, how important are international students to Maryland's economy? Well, a new report shows they have a billion with a B dollar impact. The Association of International Educators says that's how much money foreign students and recent graduates infuse into Maryland's economy. They also support more than 10,000 jobs. Reporter Ellie Wolf from our media partner, the Baltimore Banner, just filed a report on this subject, and she joins us now. Good to see you, Ellie. Very interesting report. You found that most international students are paying full tuition, money the schools need, I would imagine, and that they are already highly vetted before coming to study in the U.S., correct?
Exactly, yeah. Colleges for decades now have been relying in part on international students to come to campus, to want to study in the United States, and to pay full freight tuition, which sometimes is upwards of $90,000 a year.
Yeah, and you talk to, I know, some local restaurants owners who say that they may be out of business if students don't return. Specifically, you talk to people in Charles Village who have a lot of Hopkins students who frequent their restaurants. But let's go beyond even restaurants. In what other ways would the lack of international students affect our economy?
Yeah, so like you said, it's really not just restaurants. What happens is international students come to the United States to study, often with one or two suitcases. That means they often have to buy like winter clothes. They have to buy decorations for their dorm room. If they are graduate students or living off campus, they need to buy furniture. They need to rent an apartment. They need to potentially even buy a used car. So they are infusing a lot of money into local businesses and to the state economy.
Now, I know you cite international students in colleges and universities around the state, but the data shows that Baltimore will feel the impact the most. Why is that?
So, Baltimore is not just the biggest city in the state, it's also the place with the most colleges. So, not only do we have a large number of colleges, but Johns Hopkins University is obviously here, and they have the largest percentage of international students in the state. So, we have colleges like Loyola and Micah that have a fair number, but then Johns Hopkins is really a behemoth in the number of international students that they educate. And so those students bring the most money into the state and therefore the city economy.
Yeah, and we have the University of Maryland as well. All right, well, we're halfway through the summer. I guess we're going to know soon just how large an impact this is going to make on whether students choose to come here or not.
Yeah, it's really going to depend. There are two issues at play. One is that the Trump administration has tried to cut students, and the other is that students might not want to return.
Yeah, if it's not friendly, they may choose to take their money and their minds elsewhere. Very interesting report. Thank you, Ellie, for joining us. And to read this story and other good independent reporting from our media partner, the Baltimore Banner, head to thebaltimorebanner.com.